Are we having any fun yet? It's Mike. It's Friday, the last Friday of May 2020. I'm still trying to figure out where April went. Although the faster we move through this year, hopefully the faster we move towards getting back to, well, I don't think normal based on how things were is going to be normal for us. But I think as we're seeing, there are things that are starting to ease up and things are starting to open up again. Physical distancing, of course, is a thing that we've all learned to hear about, and it's a challenge for many of us. I hope that you are well. I hope that if you are not employed right now, that the government has given you your funding and stimulus checks or whatever else that you have access to so that you can cover the basic needs, and that any organizations that you own or owe money to, banks, credit cards, things like that, are working with you to kind of shift those payments a bit so you can continue to do the things that you need to do, like eat and stay healthy, because the last thing you want to do right now during a pandemic is get sick, because you don't want to tax the healthcare system, and you don't want to go into the healthcare system where you might increase your chances of getting exposed to somebody that actually has COVID 19. So wash your hands, people. It'll be important for you to do that. But today, I just want to give you encouragement, okay? We've been through a lot over these past few months, and I know for many, it has not been an easy time. I know if for those of you that follow me, that lost my dad a couple months ago, and still, basically working through that because of the craziness of a pandemic and the craziness of my own life and things that are going on from a business standpoint and work and all the other fun stuff that you get to do. There are times that I don't necessarily think about it too much, but for those of you, and I know many, many people have lost loved ones over these past few months, whether to COVID 19 or to other circumstances, I feel for you, and my thoughts and condolences to you. And I know it's not an easy time to go through these things, but the key thing is to go through them. Don't avoid them, because what you resist persists. Any bad behaviors, patterns, beliefs, if you don't address them, they come back, and oftentimes they come back harder and more difficult than the time before. Uh, Focus on things that bring you joy and happiness. Anybody that's familiar with my bucket list exercise knows this. If you're not, go to breakfastleadership.com/bucket, and you can download a template, and I'll email you a video kind of explaining how that works. But the key is to do things in your life that you enjoy. And I know for some people that's difficult. We can't do that right now because things are closed, but things are opening up. Depending on where you live, there are things that are opening up that are more open than in other areas. It really depends on what's going on with the number of cases that are in your geographical area. But the key thing is just be patient, and also too, when you're dealing with frontline workers, and I'm not just talking about healthcare people, which gets a lot of attention and rightfully so, for those people that are working in the restaurants right now and the drive-throughs and the grocery stores, please be kind to these people, okay? Please. They're putting their lives at risk to make sure that you can get groceries, to make sure you can get food. Don't be a jerk to these people. I've seen it time and time again. And I don't want to go to jail, but there are some times where I just want to smack somebody upside the head. And that's not the right approach either, but it frustrates me to see mean people treat these people that are scared. Many people are scared, especially in the early days. I went into the grocery store, and the clerk that was ringing me up, a younger gentleman, I'm guessing probably in the early, maybe late teens, early 20s, I could tell he was scared, but he was there to work because he needed to work. And I thanked him and was polite and kept my distance. And got to remember, these people are going through something pretty traumatic. For those of you that are complaining, okay, go work on the front lines, get exposed potentially to people that have this horrible, horrible disease. It'll change your perspective. So just be kind to everybody, be understanding. We're all dealing with something that is something that none of us have ever experienced before. And I really hope that once this is over with, whenever that comes, that we don't forget these lessons and we go about life a little bit better than we did before. Have a good weekend. Be well.